Hey, this is Alejandro Mayahans. Welcome to my video series, How to Rank for Everything and Anything and Then Some. A video series in which I show you one niche a day, how you can rank for any keyword in any niche in any city by following a very simple process for which you need to get a little bit of data and spend about 20 minutes learning how to read that data, and then you're good to go to actually go and start ranking. So you've got a moving company that you want to rank on Google because you don't feel like spending thousands of dollars on ads every single month so you can get clients, and then the moment you stop spending on ads, you no longer get clients. I get you. This is why I've been doing SEO for the last 10 years. So today is your lucky day because we just ranked this other moving company at the top of organic search, and they've quadrupled the business without touching the Google business profile. And you'll be like, Alex, I thought for local services, the map is all that matters. And if you thought that, you would think kind of right, but also kind of wrong. So 60% of the conversions will happen on the map, but what happens with the other 40% of the leads? That's it, you get it right. Whoever is at the top of the organic search, which is a very different game, will get all those leads. And when we're talking about hundreds of searches per month for a service that is quite a pretty penny, then you'll be crazy not to rank it at the top and be you, the one that gets the clients. And I give you even another good piece of news is that it's actually not that difficult nor that expensive to rank for this particular niche. Of course, yes, I've chosen Boise, a city that is not necessarily super competitive, but that will be the case for most local businesses out there, okay? They'll be in cities where there's not necessarily a lot of competitors, and the ones that are out there are also not doing amazing SEO because they feel like, spending a couple thousand doing things right one time and then just rank there forever is too crazy. So they rather spend a few hundred every month for an agency that's going to do nothing for them. But this neither here nor there. Rants will be for a different video, everything I dislike about local SEO. And the things that I do like about SEO is that it's easy to rank. And so today I'm going to show you exactly the exact same process that we follow to rank this moving company here, that, as you can see on the nice fancy chart, we've quadrupled their traffic and skyrocketed the amount of keywords that they rank for with almost barely no backlinks. We build literally a handful of backlinks. We just build the right backlinks at the right time to the right pages. Boom, bam, that's it. So let's go right into the video. If you want to follow along from a technical standpoint, because you have clients that are in this niche and you don't know quite well how to rank them because things get stuck sometimes, I get it. There's two videos that you want to watch. They're going to be on the description box below and in the top right corner of YouTube if YouTube wants to do what YouTube needs to do, in which you will see the exact methodology that we follow to get the data that we're going to analyze live on this video in order to know exactly what backlinks do we need to build, with what anchor text, pointing to what pages, at what speed, and coming from what websites. What kind of relevance do we need? What kind of authority do we need? And how do we get those backlinks? All of that, the numbers that we need to answer all of those questions, which is literally 80% of the job, will be shown. The process will be shown in the video that I link down below. How many links do I need to rank number one? There is also going to be another video that I very strongly suggest you to watch, which is a 40-minute masterclass on everything that matters for SEO in 2025 and beyond. That's it. If you watch that video, you're equipped to have professional SEO discussions with pretty much everyone that you want, whether it is you as a local business owner that wants to have an understanding so people don't scam you, or if this is you doing local SEO and you want to have just a general update like, okay, yeah, but if I want to rank on the organic, because maybe you do most of your work in the map packs, what should I do? So without any further ado, let us go with this case study and rank a moving company once more. So this is our target keyword here, movers, Boise. As you can see, Ahrefs says that this is a hard keyword for which we will need 45-ish referring domains to rank on the top 100. But we can see here that the keyword difficulty has skyrocketed just recently, and it was in the easier side of the spectrum for ages. Is there any truth to this? Not really. You have to massively contextualize this. We can also see that at certain points, for some reason in March 2023, everyone in Boise was moving, and the search volume here is just growing very nicely. And there is twomenatrack.com, which is a national company, ranking at the top for now until you follow the steps on this video and you are rank them. We'll see. So this is the state of affairs right now, which we can always look at here, which will look a little bit more familiar to you. So this is right now how the search engine results page looks like. We have the local pack here with crosstown movers, 2-8 moving company, and 2 men and a track. 2 men and a track are everywhere, right? 2-8 moving, quite on point here for Boise, and then crosstown movers. Now crosstown movers two-way moving company. When it comes to the MacPack, they're entrenched, okay? Crosstown Movers has 4.9 stars, 1.3 thousand reviews, 40 plus years in business. It will be a titanic effort to outrank these people in the MacPack. So if you have a smaller company or you have any of these guys here in page 2 onwards as your clients, or if this is any of these results is you here and you want to rank at the top and you try to do that on the map, you're gonna sweat tears and bullets. So let's not do that, okay? And instead let us rank us here, which is insanely easier. So I'm pretty confident that it's actually quite easy to rank on this niche because I've done an analysis of the backlink profile of everyone who is ranking. And when it comes to backlinks, which is 80% of the job in organic, not on the MacPack. On the MacPack, you need reviews, age of the business, velocity of the reviews, sentiment of the reviews, completeness of the GBP, data. You can do everything. If you lack in the reviews, it's going to be very hard for you to rank. But if you don't have clients who review you and you don't want to break the FTC rules, how do you get reviews? Conundrum. I know, I understand. So why don't you rank on organic? Get all those clients, serve them very well, have them leave you a review in Google Maps, and slowly start ranking on Google Maps in virtue of what you're doing in organic, which you have a lot larger degree of control on right away. Unless, of course, you want to hire someone that will promise you the moon and back in the MacPack, milk you for 6 months, deliver nothing, and then you have to still come to get me links after you had a horrible experience. Just don't do that. Don't do that. That'd be sad, right? Let us just rank here. Okay. Good. So I've analyzed 2.8 moving and Bluebird moving and Crosstown Movers here. And Crosstown Movers is the strongest competitor, but this, from a pure SEO standpoint, this is not analysis of the business by itself. It's a very weak website. DR18 is nothing, okay? And less than 20 link points on the buckets that matter, which is down here. Of course, these 11 link points here will cost you, I don't know, probably something like 5K to get these backlinks. But once you have that, then congrats, you're number 3 in organic and you're gonna get all the leads that you used to be getting. I'm just saying, sometimes there's an error there. Then you can also tell here, when you see where these guys are, that this is better than being in page 2, even though it's not position number 1, because sometimes position number 1 is not necessarily available, okay? Like 2 men on a track are also entrenched in the organic, and you might be able to outrank them. Sometimes it will happen, especially if you have a hyper-local business like Crosstown Movers. Eventually, Google might shuffle you up and down, right? If you look here at what's been happening on the SERPs, right? Crosstown Movers used to be higher up, and then they did a big drop here on the 5th of August. I'm recording this on the 19th of the last 14 days. They've recovered back up, right? There's been multiple core updates, but ultimately, things do pan out, those businesses that do things right from an SEO standpoint. So I'll spare you the details on the process that we follow to score backlinks, because I've done that in every single previous episode of this series, as well as in the video that will go up here on YouTube. But fundamentally, what we do is we look at websites that link to these competitors below. Of course, if this was our website, okay, Maya Hans Movers Boise, right? It's a DR0. We want to make this a DR18, right? And we need to get those 11, I believe it was 4 and 3 points that the other guys here had, right? We want to basically make our profile look like Crosstown Movers because they're the winning competitor. But if we only make it like 2.8 moving or Bluebird moving, which seem to also be okay, and these guys have virtually no backlinks, so it's not that competitive, this niche. It really isn't, right? This is, these guys are definitely trying to catch up with these guys, right? They're definitely working on that. I mean, just the DR hasn't caught up just yet, but eventually, okay? So this is probably, yeah, just probably why just a few days ago they were actually outranking Crosstown Movers. Of course, there's going to be a few other things there, like the quality of their on-page SEO, the quality of the technical configuration of the website, blah, 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 blah. Bunch of other things I covered in my previous videos, right? That I will put in the description box below. It's just, I'll make it easy for you to watch them. Then we know that if we want to rank, all we have to do is copy basically what these guys have done. And in this video, I'll teach you exactly how to do that. Now, if you don't feel like going through all the process of getting the data yourself, you can always go to getmelinks.com/link-report and grab yourself a copy of the link report. And it comes without me babbling. It's just the PDF. And you can get me or the rest of the team not babble during 30 minutes in a phone call with this report done bespoke for your website, and we'll show you exactly what you have to do to rank in your exact niche if you happen to be in a different city or a slightly different niche. Okay, I will be making one of these videos a day, so eventually I will cover every single city in the world and every single niche until I get tired. Cool. So we know we need to do this when it comes to our link building. The question is, to what pages do we point those backlinks? Okay. What anchor text do we use? How fast should we get them? When it comes to the how fast should we get them, we can see that the average competitor over the last 30, 60, 90 days has built around 2 backlinks a month, which means we need to build more than 2 backlinks a month. Nice and easy. When it comes to the tier 2 backlinks, which are the backlinks that point to the backlinks that point to us. I know, it's a mouthful to say. Then, turns out that cross-town movers barely have any. They have 3 of their backlinks that have between 1 and 3 links, and 1 of their backlinks that has 11 tier 2 links power them up. This big exclamation mark here is a massive opportunity for us, because we can build a lot of backlinks on the tier 1 level and then put some tier 2s behind it, basically making the backlinks that point to us insanely stronger and hide our power 1 layer farther apart. So any lazy SEO that will be using Ahrefs, so that any lazy that just comes here to Ahrefs and says, okay, well, let me see the referring domains that this competitor has, and comes to this list and looks at the total amount of referring backlinks and says, okay, I guess I need to get all these links here. Spoiler, you don't, right? A lot of these are not followed. There are a lot of them are citations, right? A lot of them are sites with no traffic. You need to know what to get. You're gonna learn that in this video. But fundamentally, you can ignore all of that and just hide a lot of your power in the tier 2s. And finally, after so many minutes of babbling, this is the main keyword that we want to rank for. This is our fictitious client, which is exactly like the client that we rank on the case study that I will put again here on the screen. And this is our competitors. Okay, Crosstown Movies, Bluebird Moving. Now, 2 men on a track are not a comparable competitor. We're going to ignore them altogether. And instead, we're going to look at what Crosstown Movies has done. So they have 3, 4, 11 backlinks. Now, normally, when we look at a SERP, we would average out what the competitors have. If you do that, this is the average, but thou shalt not follow the average. You will clone exactly what the most comparable competitor is doing when, if there is one non-comparable competitor that has backlinks, immediately this number is not good enough. If there is 2 comparable competitors, but one of them has no backlinks, you need to ignore these guys also, and then put all your attention into these guys. Why? Because the moment that you do this, you will also outrank these guys. Fantastico. Now, when it comes to getting these backlinks here, what anchor text profile should I use? Well, so as always, we're gonna look at our handy dandy anchor text distribution calculations here, and we will see that 50% of our backlinks need to have our brand name, and the other 50% have to have the keyword somewhere. Amazing. For long distance movers, okay, we're gonna have an internal page for long distance, and we see All My Sons, Allied, and Boston Moves. Now, Boston Moves has a lower DR than the DR that we're aiming for, and then these 2 guys here are ginormous, so we're gonna ignore them altogether. These guys have nothing at all. Amazing opportunity. We can just build 1 single low DR link. Normally, I would recommend you for a DR 60. If you've seen any of my previous videos, I typically recommend people to go with higher DR. But because this niche is so low competition and is also a very small volume, this volume is not 0. Okay, this is what the tool says, but there's definitely volume for this. And I recommend that you spend as little as possible just to get the 1 backlink that you need, and good to go. Now, when it comes to other sub locations, it's going to be the case for most small cities. You will have to create locations pages for all the surrounding towns so that you can get a little bit more juice out of SEO. In this case, we do have a Caldwell hyperlocal competitor, and then again Bluebird with an internal page that has no backlinks, which then I recommend you to go and build at least a couple of backlinks. You can always throw an additional backlink here and you are good to go, right? So what should you do with your keywords? Well, fantastic. Do 1 exact match, 1 partial match, super easy. For moving companies in Nampa, what shall we do? Again, another hyper-local competitor. Same guys as before, nice DR18, nothing at the page level, right? If we average this down, right, across both competitors, it will tell us, hey, go and build a bunch of backlinks, ignore this, and instead just build just 1 link. Be like, Alejandro, why do you sometimes leave the averages and sometimes you polish the numbers right away? because I need to make these videos a bit different from day to day. Otherwise, I will make 300 of these and they'll be the exact same every single time, right? So that I can show you different cases. What happens if you use the averages? Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't, right? What do we do here with Kuna, Idaho? Well, we have massive competitor, massive competitor, massive competitor. So what do? I suggest you that you build one link and you see what happens if you go from nowhere to somewhere, right? And if you do, you can always throw another backlink. For Meridian, pretty much the same as the main keyword actually, okay? Just in this case, a different one. All My Sons, which wasn't there before, To Banana Track, which was there before, and Crosstown Movies with the homepage, interestingly. So this tells me that Crosstown Movies is ranking for Meridian, which is not exactly the exact same place as Boise. Is within Boise, right? As you can see here in All My Sons. Then with simple on page, you could win. So you don't really need to build this many links. You can just do 0, right? The alternative is to build as many links to your Meridian page, but that is outrageous. But that is what a lot of SEOs will tell you. Okay, well, you know, the competitor, he has all these links here, so I guess you have to do the same. The answer is a big fat 0, build 0 links, and you see what happens when you do all the link building that you have to do at the domain level, plus the other pages. This will most likely rank already in the top 10 with 0 link building effort. You know, you save your money. Amazing. God bless. What do we do here for this track rental? People that want to DIY. A bit difficult, eh? We have U-Haul cannot, Penske track rental cannot, budget track cannot. Look at this, DR68, 72, 82. This is bad news. This is bad stuff. Would I recommend you to go and build these links here according to this kind of like, nope. Build 0 links. Just don't target this. Have the page, funnel some traffic there through Google Ads maybe, or through some of the visitors on the website that might be like, well, I was looking for a mover, but also like, can I just rent the track and do it myself? Then just have the page there for users, okay? And then we have another location here, which again, our friends, these guys aren't our friends, so you say too strong, right? Not good. And a hyperlocal competitor. So if we boil this down between this and this, the recommendation would be an average build 4 links. The reality is that with one backlink, you're probably good to go, because these guys who are the guys that we're gonna go and catch up at the DR level at this page have nothing. What do we do in situations like this? I suggest you always go partial unless you see that some competitors have exact match, then you can go exact match. And here's one of these keywords that I heavily dislike, that a lot of SEO agencies or some SEOs will be like, oh my God, you know, let's do this. I've seen that the traffic potential for this is tremendous. When I look at how much traffic some of these pages have, is crazy, right? Even though the volume is bad, right? The reality is, look at this, right? There's one competitor, TaskRabbit, which isn't even related, and All My Sons. Putting any money in this page is a waste of money unless you do it because you want to support the Movies Boise keyword by having a lot of internal pages that they themselves have link juice, funneling that link power via internal links to your main page. So it would require, for whatever is your competitor trying to reverse engineer your strategy, to analyze more pages on your site or your domain as a whole to figure out why are you ranking with that exact URL when the URL itself only has maybe 20 backlinks. And then if they look at the website, it says, okay, the website has 60 backlinks. Are they any good, right? They have to contextualize it. If they haven't been watching my videos, they won't know how, right? It depends. If they've been watching my videos, then I guess it's a fair game. So when you do all these averages, right, it will tell you that you need all these backlinks. And the reality is that you need a lot less, right? We saw here, you're going to need 1, 2, you're going to need 18 links here for your homepage for Movers Boise. Then 1 for the long distance if you want to spend the money. Another 1 there, that's 20 links. That's 21 links. That's 22 links. That's 22 links. That's 22 links. 23 links. 23 links. That's all you need. With 23 backlinks, you can rank in this niche. Nice and easy. Now, what else have they done, and how much brand recognition do they have? These 3 guys here, because that matters, okay? Brand recognition matters. And if you don't have any because you're just starting, I suggest you run some Google ads and that you go and you create some nice videos for social media that people will be looking for your brand. You can follow any of those silly trends just for as long as you get views and people look for your brand, you're good to go. You don't do it so social media can produce you leads. You do it so social media produces you branded queries. People will go and look at who are you? And you will have things like this here. What you want to create is this, right? So if you have a silly following a trend video on social media that you have edited funny and that gets you 1 million views and exactly 0 leads, that's not a fail of marketing, because out of these 1 million views, I guarantee you at least 500 people will look at your brand name to see who you guys are. Is it 50 people only? Okay, that's 50 people more than you had before, and you need to make sure that you do generate a little bit of branded search volume. So Google decides that you are indeed a legitimate brand. There's many ways to do it. Some people decide to run fake job ads. It's a bit ethically disgusting, because in this market, why would you run fake ads? But to each their own, right? For Bluebird, right, we need to look for this. Realistically, the clean way to do it is to enter the actual name of the company here. Have Bluebird Moving and Bluebird Furniture. I'm not sure if they're the same people. So you can see the amount of branded search volume, very small. And what happens with 208, who was also doing quite well. So 208 has a few more branded searches, but we're literally talking a couple of hundred of searches per month. So 24 backlinks, a couple of hundred organic searches of your brand name per month. You can hire micro workers, you can do some CTR manipulation campaigns, and it's not really that difficult to create the right signals. You can run some Google ads, and that's it. So if you want to stop wasting money chasing crappy keywords that will result you into 0 results, and you just want to do things one time and do them right, and then collect leads from Google every single day and have a lot more consistency on your lead generation, you can go to getmelinks.com/link-report and grab yourself a copy of this report. And right after you get your copy, you can book a 30-minute call with me and the team, and we will put together a bespoke link building plan for you to rank at the top of your niche where you belong. All right, so this was Alejandro Mayahans with another video in this series, how to rank for everything and anything and then some. I hope that you learned something new today, and if you didn't, at least I hope that you were mildly entertained, and if you didn't either, then I guess just downvote the video, but please be kind, don't do that. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow with another niche. Cheers.